Yeah, that's good. I'm going to skip down to where Ezekiel Kralen's story is, this week's installment of his ongoing story. We're up to April 27 last year. The Sky God Speaks is the title of this. Ezekiel Kralen wrote, email correspondence, April 27th, afternoon. Subject, Deke update, plus other splendiferous events and thoughts to report, continued. Date, April 27th, last year. His blue jeans and sweater, while clean and attractive, were a loose fit in a way that someone with a roof over their head would never be caught dead in, concealing a ravenous thirst to strip him naked in seconds flat and lick him all over. I replied with a friendly grin, thanks, I like it too, thinking he was talking about my short-sleeve summer shirt, which is also a plaid design, though multicolored in red, blue, and dark gray. No, that one over there, he exclaimed, directing my lustful gaze toward the shirt I had placed on the trash bin. Do you want it? Oh, that shirt, I declared. Sure, you can have it. I then grabbed it and held it out to him. Oh, thank you so much, he replied in a most affectionate tone, collected the shirt from my hand, and wrapped one arm around me in a sweetly firm, capital letters, firm, side hug, one hand resting upon my left hip, the other my shoulder on the same side. I swear, Watson, I could have collapsed in those arms. The guns on that dude, slobberingly impressive. He must work out one way or another in spite of his destitute situation, and no spring chicken he. I'm guessing around 48. But instead of swooning, I returned the embrace, laid my head on his shoulder, and pat him lightly on his back, then caressed those shoulder blades and the fine expanse between. I even pressed a palm upon his stomach. This guy is ripped, Watson. Upon separating some seconds later, he thanked me again and told me those are his favorite colors on a shirt, and that was that. Still stunned, I watched him trot away, observed that his gluteus maximi checked out superbly as well, matching the rest of his extraordinary physique. I could have plunged right in, all capital letters for fabulous. I then returned to hovel and whacked off twice. Where did he come from, I wonder? He just appeared out of the blue. Never saw him before, so I decided to write it off to yet another angelic visitation, as I have been blessed to know numerous times before, though not recently, disguised as a denizen of the mean streets of San Francisco. Odin visited me once in a dream vision 23 years ago. A dream vision, in fact, that gave me the entire concept, which I first called neo-positivity, but renamed it the Bodhisattva premise just 2 or 3 years back. Could this have been Odin's second visit, this time in the flesh? At any rate, let's move on. So this afternoon, as I stepped out to purchase some bananas and milk, I saw the building manager had just entered the lobby, pushing on a walker inch by inch with considerable effort, accompanied by what I presume to be a nurse's aide, or maybe just a kind fellow serving in that capacity. Good afternoon, Kevin, I addressed him. He slowly raised his head and replied with a smile, Oh, hi, Zeke. Once I passed him and neared the front gate, I muttered into the air, We really need that elevator. Apparently the 2 laborers, diddling with wires and gears in the open elevator, heard me, and one of them called out, Soon! To which I replied before closing the gate behind me, Allah be praised. On to the next subject. Obvious to me now why I got the deadline date wrong regarding this lawsuit. It was so my victory would be that much sweeter, and a final cliffhanger in this latest tale that my readers shall relish for time immemorial. So yes, my bodhisattva guardians intentionally mucked up my mind in order to accomplish this outcome. Next and final topic, Marshall must be pulling my leg. For in one breath he declared in last Friday's show, upon introducing my latest parable, that he doesn't understand why I put up with Deke's rotten behavior, yet less than a minute later, as he gets into the story, he reads the following line, I allow him his transgressions up to a point for the sake of the pups. My conclusion, I have literally spelled out my reason for dealing with Deke's scummy mistreatment numerous times in my tales, yet Marshall refuses to acknowledge that, being as he's highly intelligent, and he must be having a little fun with me. Typical bodhisattva guardian sense of humor. No other explanation makes sense. be that as it may. I can't wait till he gets to my April tales, which should be in a month or two from now, because it's my double lawsuit victory cycle. But even before that, he'll soon be coming to Deke's finally acquiring a tiny cabin, so between that and the lawsuit triumph, he'll see just how my long-suffering patience has paid off to benefit the doggies immensely and brought the eyes of attorneys upon my activism on behalf of LGBT indigents, showing how my inspiration, triggered by Flacco and Lucky's boundless affection, has paid off handsomely regarding my own personal growth as well. Subject: perfect image of Odin to go with that tale. Date April 27th, nighttime. 'Cause that's exactly how the fucker I met today looked, including those fading auburn locks cascading to the shoulders. All the other images show the Norse deity much older, without the beatific face shown here, and the silver eye. He only has one eye, as plucking out the other was the price he paid for wisdom. So now I conjecture that Millie's mask was a premonition of Odin's visit, the silver eyebrows hinting at the color of his eye, and the blue sheen of the mask representing the sky, since Odin is a sky god. He's also a shapeshifter, hence quite capable of appearing with both eyes intact. Conclusion: both she and Deke knew he was soon to show up, and he did, just minutes after they departed. Signed, Zeke K. Holmes. P.S. Before posting this email, I asked ChatGPT, is Odin a sky god? Here's the answer. Yes, Odin is a sky god in Norse mythology. He is often associated with the sky, wisdom, war, and death. Odin is also known as the All-Father, as he was considered the father of all gods in Norse mythology. He was believed to live in the highest of the 9 worlds, Asgard, and was often depicted as a one-eyed old man with a long beard and wearing a cloak and a broad hat. Odin was also associated with wisdom, poetry, and magic. Then, just for the heck of it, I asked ChatGPT, are you a sky god? And the reply was, hold on to your bowler, Watson. Quote, something went wrong. If this issue persists, please contact us through our help center at help.openai.com. To be continued.